Good morning. Well, I'm doing a remark today. I've not done a film of a remarking session before, and I do this live when we're at Duxford doing shows outdoors. I'm happily drawing off the top of my head on remarking prints, and I thought it would be a nice idea to show you, for those of you who haven't seen me doing this before, to be doing a remark live in front of the camera with no trickery up my sleeve and a model of a mosquito just to help me with a few proportions. So what I've done first of all, let me introduce this one. This is Sunset Rangers. This is our new mosquito print, and I'm going to do a remark drawing of this mosquito. This is Flight Lieutenant Robert Allen Kipp, who was one of Canada's leading aces. Very famous aircraft, black roof, with a little sort of hillbilly cowboy with his shotgun rifle and these swastika kill marks underneath. And I'm going to make that mosquito this mosquito so that it relates as a remark. A remark print is a time-honoured phenomenon in art, that when artists were starting to make commercial prints of their work, usually as engravings, they were allowed by the publishers to have about 25 to 50 prints, which they could sell to make a little bit more money, and they would often append a little drawing or a little sketch that related to the subject that took up the main theme of the piece. So in this case, this is a remark of this mosquito from that mosquito there, and I use this. It's my trusty old Airfix model, which I will finish one day. I mean, it's got no props, it's got no guns, but I can see where everything goes. And I use that to do the base drawing. And the base drawing is for me, is just a simple line drawing in the attitude I want it. If you've got a good model to work from, or some good subject you can draw directly from, you're never struck for a way to do it. And a good scale model for an aviation artist is a must. It's an essential. So without further ado, I'm gonna crack on and get this done. So Ian Brooks, if you're watching, this is your mosquito remark. So I just need to make that tail a little bit longer there. So I'm using, this is an 8B pencil. I use an HB to draw it, and I'm just getting a sense of light on it. I just want things to stand out. That there is not the fuselage, that there is where the engine joins the wing. So I have to be careful of how that goes. There's camouflage up to there, that's green, there's green. So that's the line I'm following. You've always got to follow the lines. So I'm just going to go around there like that. And our little cowboy figure is there under the cockpit, so he's going to be about there. Okay, so his bum cheeks just come under the radiator cowl there. There's his leg. I'll correct this with an actual photograph, and I've got a black roof. So that needs a little more. Let's bring that to there. Bring that up there like that. And his hat is about there. See how that works? So we put that in there like that. That's the barrel of his rifle. And the butt end of it comes out down there. So, see, it's a suggestion of it rather than as an anatomically correct figure, but I shall go back to that in a bit. I'm just getting down the essence of this aircraft. Although we are drawing in pencil, we try to give the correct feeling of colour. I think when you're doing a remark drawing like this, you're not producing a photograph. That's the last thing you should do. You draw to how the subject presents itself in your imagination. And thereby you're imparting yourself as an artist, or as an artist should. That's what I love about these pencils. They're very, very dynamic in their range. I want to be able to create its own realism. It should be a little work of art in its own right. It's not a painting. It's not a technical drawing in any strictest sense, but it deserves to have our best inputs on it. So we'll give it that. So what I'm doing is I'm going backwards and forwards over parts of it because I want to establish the atmosphere of the aircraft. I want to establish an atmosphere of it being flying and it's moving, and that's not easy to do in pencil. Notice that how I hold it as well. If you draw it that way, you keep the point sharp, and that gives it flexibility. There's nothing worse than watching somebody drawing and it's like they're intent on burrowing all the way to Australia. Right, okay, so that comes over there. It's really a very, very, very drawing like this. Drawing with a sense of in the moment realism. It's all about building it up slowly. So if you go over the line of it, it doesn't matter. It's the thing when they come from the printers, they're rolled up in tubes. And keeping them flat is a trick in itself. What I like to do as well as the aircraft, as we work out to the extremities of the aircraft, I like to keep them light as though they're fading out. That helps to give movement and motion and speed as we're working. Movement is everything. It's like drawing a horse. If you paint a horse or you're drawing a horse that's moving, that's cantering or galloping, or even walking, you should show something that gives the animal animation and make it anatomically correct, and give that correct anatomy a movement, an animation as you like. And drawing these drawing aircraft is exactly the same. You've got to give it a sense of dynamic animation. That's why I start off light and draw it in, getting gradually heavier and heavier. I want to be able to show, first of all, I need to show that the thing stands out against the paper. That would help. But also that it's a weapon of war. It's dirty, it's powerful, it's moving. It looks like it's on a mission. Hello, Bobbin. That's my little cat, Bob. He's come in to see what's going on, aren't you, Bob? Hey, when you come up, hey, darling, come on. There we go. Oh. And if you care to pan down, look what's at my feet. This is why I'm down. Here he is. Bobbin the Wonder Cat. He's come. Yeah, he's our sound engineer for the day, I think. Right, back to me. Hang on. Whoops, daisy. Come on then, mate. You want to watch me draw? He does this, he loves being part of the action. So he's a real FOMO cat. He fears missing out, don't you, babe? Yeah. Where are your sisters today? Hmm? Hey. Where's your sisters today? Have they been keeping them out of mischief? See these fuel tanks? These were jettisonable, so I think what I will do is I will draw the mounts that clamp the tank to the wing. They're jettisoned, so he's going into action. Don't you? I know, Bobby. Yeah. Yeah, somebody was asking me how do you get started as an aviation artist? And that answer is as broad as it's long. I started when I was very, very small, and as soon as I could comprehend an aircraft in flight, I wanted to be an artist painting that thing up there before I even knew what the words were to say aviation artist. I remember then I started getting into buying airfix models, and a remarkable artist called Roy Cross was the guy who was doing the box art. He did the box illustrations for airfix, and that was my first notion that you could make art from this subject of aeroplanes. I had the very, very great honour of meeting Roy Cross several times at Guild of Aviation Artists shows that I did subsequently over the years, and I told him what a remarkable influence he had been. He was very, very humble, was Roy. It was almost as if I was the only person who had told him that, but I bet he was told it about 10,000 times a year, because he truly was superb. He died very recently. Sadly, he died the day after his 100th birthday, which is very sad. But there it is. He lived a great life, and he created all kinds of aircraft pictures for Airfix over something like a 10-year period. So before I even knew what an art gallery was, it was Roy Cross and Airfix that exposed me to aircraft as an art form, and drawing and painting them. I will say there's a lot of there are people who take up painting, nothing wrong with that, and they turn to aircraft because they think that there's a perceivable market for it and they'll make money from it. And the disappointment will be that they'll find that the aviation art market is very crowded. There's a lot of people trying to vie for whoever's buying aircraft pictures, and you come up against all sorts of competition, not in least including myself, I hasten to add, and a lot of very, very good aviation artists out there, and a lot of them, as good as they are, they'll struggle. I don't know why, but maybe luck plays a hand in it. Talent definitely plays a hand in it. If you're not very good at this, please don't be disappointed if the world doesn't beat a path to your door. It's taken a lifetime of bloody hard work. I won't just bang my own drum there, but for artists like me, who touchwood do make a living from their paintings and have been doing for a lot of years, it's not come overnight, and it's not come easy. So you've got to be prepared for an awful lot of slugging work, not a lot of reward, public indifference, because until they know who you are, you're just somebody else who's just painting pictures. They won't tag you as an artist, believe you me. They won't tag you as an artist. Think about where am I going to put the prop. I'll put it through there. Yeah. They won't recognize you as an artist until you become one. And until you become one, you won't be one. Yeah. To quote the Beatles, Paul McCartney, it's a long and winding road. It's becoming. I'd rather not have to do it all over again. I really am. What we got here? That's an 8B. Pellets and engines. If you go dark into there like that, you start painting noise, or rather you're drawing noise and I like noise in my work. I like things to look like they're doing something. Also notice too that drawing the direction that things go, like these panels are downward, and where there will be streaking and rain and dirt and exhaust smuts, they run downwards too, like this here. Wartime aircraft are never clean. They are always, without exception, they are always filthy. The object of the exercise was to get them flying and keep them operational. And that meant hard work, hard servicing. They were, and don't forget as well, under pressure of war, these things are pushed to their limit every day, every night. When they go out on an operation, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a long range, short range, medium range, whatever it is, they're pushed hard. So they come back filthy. And they stay filthy. I've seen photographs of aircraft, which by today's standards, you think, how the hell does it fly with all that dirt and mess around it? But they do. They had to. Let's put the engine up there. Let's put the intake in there. We'll get that in. Hello, Poppy's here now to see what's going on. Oh, you've been talking to your brother. Yes, Poppy. There. Always too, there was always a bit of coolant and oil leaking out from under the prop, under the balances where the propeller boss was fitted. Let's put that there. That's the spinner nut. Oh, hello, darling. I just want that light to catch that. Don't forget that this is spinning at a very, very fast rate, so I just want to give that a look of smooth light transitions. Gradually down there. It's where the light's catching from the side. If we keep focus on the light coming from this side of the aircraft, so we're drawing this on the shadow side. See a little bit more where this light's going. Oh look, she's looking, she's tugging at you. She's tugging at your dress. Hey Poppy.
Disappeared again.
She wandered off.
Yeah.
Hey Pop. Radiator radiator intake for the Merlin. When you think how beautifully made these were, handmade in wood. Some of this prop glass in here. It's all very filthy and dirty around there. I love doing this. You see the three blades now that they're spinning and you're getting the roar of it and the light on the spinner. Take that down the shed. What do you think, Poppy? Eh? Come on, darling. There we go. It's almost as if the thing grows out of a mess of streaking, oil streaks, dirt, grime, rainwater would have played a significant part in making it run down the thing. Let's put a bit of wing shadow there. Yeah, let's bring that in. Put some strength to this aircraft against this white paper, which is actually quite very lovely for drawing on, I might add. Just giving strength to the ducts where the radiator intakes are. I always think these things, the intakes on the Mosquito give it a really lovely racy look always think. You almost think it was built on the lines of a, as far as engines were concerned, it's almost built on the same lines as a Grand Prix racing car of that era. You know, when Bentley hand built everything and won everything, when then Mercedes got the ascendant and they went for it. Just so that I can separate the nose from the rest of it. Okay, right, now then. That's where we better start thinking about you, fella. Okay. Oh, there's a bit of a photograph of black roof in here. I did in one of the books. Always work from photographs if you. Hello, what we got here? No. No. Mosquito fighter bomber units. Aha. This is where books and photographs come in handy. There it is. That is Black Roof. That's the photograph of the very aeroplane we are drawing and painting. So, with that, see where the intake line is, and that's where his waistcoat comes to there. So we will make it come to there. Goes over his shoulder. There's the regular bottom of his breeches. That's where the machine guns are. So we'll call that there. That's very close there. So there's that's what that is. That roof is there. And I can't do swastikas, but I will make them go down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like so. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Right. I'll start bringing some shadow from underneath. And we'll cut it there because we've got some more time is needed. See you in a bit.